Hello, my name is Alex, welcome. Based on the name of the channel and the title of this video, you might be able to make an educated guess on what my contents are about. I have been a full-time police officer in a major city in North America for over 10 years. Like many others, I was blue pill conditioned. After I started my law enforcement career, I started to question about my old way of thinking. Some officers out there might have the similar experiences. I think for anyone with a normal IQ in this line of work, it is hard to ignore the contradictions between blue pill beliefs and realities. Due to the nature of the job, I see red pill truths everywhere. When you often attend chaotic environments, see people during the crisis moments of their lives, the common blue pill lies would get stripped away in front of you. Sadly, most officers disassociate themselves from these moments and tune out the voice of doubt in their minds. Majority of them would sleepwalk through the matrix until they realize they have already been through 2 divorces, multiple child custody battles, have lost half of their pension, have crippled their mental and physical health. In the law enforcement world, there are a lot of red pill truths around, however, there is almost zero red pill awareness. Over the last few years, I was fortunate enough to discover some red pill contents. I went through Rollo Tomasi's Rational Male book series. It was definitely an eye-opening read. It helped me to understand the mechanisms behind a lot of shocking events I've seen at work. From time to time, I've heard people express their frustrations over negative interactions with police officers. Quite often, these experiences were results of officers' blue pill mindsets. For example, during an alleged domestic dispute investigation, most officers would act based on common beliefs and feelings instead of following factual evidences. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, this type of biased decision-making often snowball into bigger problems, and eventually end up badly in family courts. For those of you who had a similar experience and can read between the lines from what I just said, I feel your pain. To offer you a bit of insight and my understanding of this dynamic in the law enforcement profession, let's go back to the title of the video. 99% of police officers are blue-pilled. Obviously, the number here is just an estimate, however, it is not a far stretch from the reality. Generally speaking, the majority people are operating based on blue pill beliefs to begin with. However, the police department's recruiting processes exacerbate this problem further for the police population. Usually, applicants have to go through extensive interviews and background checkups prior being selected. I have spoken with many friends in the recruiting units. Nowadays, the physical fitness, the mental toughness or related job skills are no longer the top priorities when selecting potential recruits. Over the years, most police departments have dropped the hard physical standards such as, you no longer have to meet certain height and weight requirements to apply. Furthermore, the entry-level fitness tests have become significantly easier in order to get certain underrepresented groups to meet the threshold. On top of that, most departments have abandoned the annual fitness evaluation tests. All of these changes might explain why there are a lot of out-of-shape cops walking around nowadays. On the plus side, no pun intended, the bigger waistlines do allow officers to equip more tools on their duty belts, therefore, this could be considered as a tactical advantage. The number 1 priority on the recruiter's list is being a good character. On paper, this means you have a clean criminal record, you have no affiliations with crime organizations, your previous employers and teachers describe you as an honest person. All of these boil down to whether you are good at following orders. In other words, your beliefs have to mostly overlap with the organization needs. You are not going to question a lot about the decision-making processes from the management level, aka, chain of command, and when the time comes, you are expected to make the sacrifice to serve others, regardless how the outcome will affect you. Just take a look different police agencies' mottos. Most of them are along the line of, respect, integrity, sacrifice, community, courage, bravery, honesty, diversity. The list goes on and you get the idea. Basically, these are the modern-day code of chivalry. To make a long story short, in order for you to pass the recruiting process, you are likely need to be a firm believer of blue pill. Police officers have the highest divorce rate and one of the highest suicide rates among all professions. Often, you would hear people classify these ugly stats as parts of occupational hazards. They blame shift work schedules and the stressful nature of the job. While these factors might present some challenges in living a healthy lifestyle, the blue pill mindset is still the root cause of most officers' downfall. In conclusion, majority police officers are blue-pilled was predetermined by the hiring requirements. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments section. Since this is my first video, I'd like to spend a minute to talk about the intention and the future direction of this channel. First of all, if you are here, I would assume you are at least somewhat red pill aware. There is a pretty good a chance that you are a police officer too. For listeners who are not police officers, I want to deliver some accurate red pill translations of what is going on within the policing world. Like I mentioned previously, a lot of people had negative experiences with police officers. It is a common knowledge that blue pill alphas are the worst kind of white knights. As much as I hate to admit, I do see police officers play this role a lot. When a type A personality pairs with a blue pill mindset, you get a full-blown white knight in front of you. Through my red pill analysis, I can offer some practical solutions on how to mitigate risks when dealing with an authoritative white knight. Also, over the years, I've come across many people who are interested in becoming a police officer. Maybe you have or had similar interests at some point too. Like I've told many of my friends, my intention is to talk you out of it. This is not because I am jaded and bitter. Red pill-minded officers would agree with me that risks and rewards on this job don't quite add up anymore. In the future videos, I will share some examples and analysis to illustrate my point. For listeners who are police officers, you must have also noticed that red pill minds are rare in this line of work. There are days you just feel like you are walking in a minefield. Even with red pill understanding about this profession, some of us just can't afford to simply quit our jobs yet. There are bills to pay and maybe you also have people financially dependent on you. The work environment nowadays in any police department contains heavy politics. Combined with all the negative public media coverage, these human factors are often very hostile for anyone to take on. I've seen many officers who never had issues dealing with dangerous people on the street, but ironically became the ultimate victims of interoffice politics. I hope to use this channel to start some conversations, to exchange experiences, therefore, to help each other to maintain some sanity and to avoid some traps. Anyway, stay safe and I will talk to you guys next time.